We're going to do it one more time. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. For the Bible tells me so.
Hey, oh, that was nice.
But while he's praying, we find that the ship that they were in, where he sent them to go, is now in the midst of the sea. They're just as far out in the sea. So trouble starts. It's just as far for you to try to go back as it is for you to go ahead. So there you are in the middle, and all of a sudden you're in a storm. The wind is boisterous, and the waves are beating up against the ship, and now we're in trouble. We're afraid. And then after we see them in that position, all night wrestling, because he said he waited until the fourth watch. He let them wrestle all night, tossing and toiling with that ship in the waves and wind, and he decided to go, and he was walking on the water, and when they saw him, they really got afraid now, because they thought it was a spirit. It got to be a ghost. Imagine being in that place where the ship that you're in is rocking and reeling. It's dark, pitch black. You can't hardly see anything around you, and all you know is you're going up, around, and down, and you can hear the sounds of the wind howling. You can hear the sound of the waves crashing up against the ship, and then with the limited amount of vision that you do have, here you see somebody or something walking on the water coming towards you. Now we're scared now. We're really afraid. But when Jesus, it said he acted like he was going to just walk on by. But when they saw him, he said, don't be afraid. It's me. Don't worry about things. Be of good cheer. It's me. And when Peter saw it, now I don't want to waste a lot of time talking about Peter, but Peter, what he did was he said, now if that's really you, ask me to come down and walk on the water with you. Now I'm bringing that point out because I want to come back to it in a little while and talk about that type of thing. But he said, look, if it's really you, ask me to come down and walk with you. So he got out the ship and he got down there with Jesus, and for a little while he was doing good till he looked around and he saw the waves and the wind, and he started sinking. And Jesus, the first thing come out of Peter's mouth, Lord, save me. And that was the right thing to do, because you're about to lose your life. I don't know what got into you to make you think you could walk on water anyhow, but now you're about to lose your life. And so Jesus reached out, grabbed him, and said, little faith. You doubted. Why did you doubt? You're doing good. And we do good outside the ship. We do good out there as long as we keep our eyes on Jesus. But the minute he took his eyes off of Jesus and started looking at trouble all around him, he started to sink. And Jesus grabbed a hold to him. They got back inside of the ship, and immediately everything was calm. Immediately. As soon as Jesus got inside the ship, it became calm. And it's like in the reading, it seems like only a few moments, I don't know how much time, but the next thing you know, they're on the other side. When they got there, all of the people, when they realized it's Jesus, they started running, going out everywhere and finding everybody that had a sickness or disease and said, come on, Jesus is here. And they brought them to Jesus, and the people in their mind, they were saying, look, I know one thing. If I can just touch the hem of his garment, I know I'm going to be made whole. That's faith. That's faith. They really believe that if I could just touch that hem of that garment, I don't have time to go into all of it, but if I could just get a little touch of heaven,